नमस्कार, मैं आशीष हूँ अमर उजाला से और इस वक्त हूँ मैं कार्ति चिदम्बरम के साथ। कार्ति चिदम्बरम दक्षिण भारत के बड़े नेता हैं। तमिलनाडु की सियासत में इनका एक अपना अहम मुकाम है। हम उनसे जानते हैं और समझते हैं दक्षिण भारत में किस तरीके से कांग्रेस को आगे बढ़ाया जा रहा है, किस तरीके से भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने जो अपनी मजबूत तैयारियों के साथ वहां पर आगे बढ़े हैं उसको किस तरीके से कांग्रेस काउंटर करने वाली है। हम इन सारे सवालों के जवाब लेंगे कार्ति चिदम्बरम से। स्वागत है सर आपका अमर उजाला में। सर, as you told me that you are here to discuss something about the North India and especially the part of Ayodhya and the different type of region in India. So, what is your viewpoint, especially?
The BJP has made the construction of the temple in Ayodhya the centrality of their politics for the last 30-40 years.
Okay.
But in these recent elections, the people of Ayodhya, which is part of the Faizabad parliamentary constituency, have clearly voted the BJP out. Because they have understood that this entire thing was not based on any kind of religious sentiment or piety or reverence. It was only based on politics. And the fact that there has been roughshod over the local population there for many reasons, and the people have silently voted the BJP out. And they have understood the hollowness of the BJP's campaign and the bogusness of the BJP's campaign, riding on the coattails of the temple movement. And I think they have given a befitting reply to the BJP in a democratic manner by defeating them in the Faizabad.
You are associated with DMK. So, what is your plan? You are going to associated with DMK means in collaboration with DMK for long term, or Congress is also doing something, especially for individual. They wish to do something in Tamil Nadu.
Yes. We have not been in government since 1967. So we are not a principal political party in Tamil Nadu. There are two very large regional parties. There are sub-regional parties in Tamil Nadu. We understand the ground reality of Tamil Nadu. But the Congress is having a long-term relationship with the DMK. We've been contesting many elections with the DMK. But we have not been in government directly. Obviously, we would like to be in government sometime. For that, we have to strengthen our party. We need to do a lot more things there. But we also add value to the alliance. Minority people are confident of an alliance only when the Congress is there, because they know that that alliance will be secular if the Congress is there. We are a very Hindu people in Tamil Nadu. We have more temples per square kilometer than any other state in India. We break more pogroms than anybody else in India. We are a very Hindu people. I myself am very religious, very orthodox and very ritualistic. But we do not agree with the BJP's version of Hindutva which is being propagated to Tamil Nadu. That is why the BJP is getting rejected. The Congress has a place in Tamil Nadu. But we are not the strongest political party in Tamil Nadu. We are in alliance with the DMK and we win because of the alliance with the DMK.
Bharatiya Janata Party has gained in the percentage, while the poll percentage, if you see, they have something in rise. So, what do you think so?
Misreading of the data in Tamil Nadu. The BJP's vote share has not really risen in a manner in which it is to be given this kind of importance. The BJP has alliance with a lot of caste-specific parties, and they put candidates of caste-specific party candidates on the BJP symbol. So this is more of a caste vote than the BJP vote. See, for example, in my own constituency, there was a caste-specific party's candidate who contested on BJP symbol.
So is it not challenge for you, for Congress?
No. The point is the BJP, I would agree, has marginally improved its position, but it's not dramatically improved its position. And in Tamil Nadu, people do not like the version of the Hindutva politics of the BJP. We are already a very religious people. So the BJP's narrative of Hindutva on us is not acceptable. And the Congress has its own support base. And the people in Tamil Nadu will consistently reject the Hindutva politics of the BJP because we are already very Hindu people in Tamil Nadu.
But if you see in the south region, especially in the Kerala, they have one seat. So now BJP is claiming that they are growing in South India, especially
the seat in Thrissur has been won by Mr. Suresh Gopi. He is a very popular filmmaker.
Yeah.
He has got votes on his own right. It is not necessarily only a BJP vote. There is a personal vote for Mr. Suresh Gopi.
So one thing I want to know, what is your strategy? What is the Congress strategy to expand there, especially in South India region? As you mentioned that in Tamil Nadu.
I don't know about other states. In Tamil Nadu, we have to be more assertive. We must articulate our positions. We must strengthen our organization at the grassroots level. It has been more than 57 years since we have been in power. So we really need to really become much more active and on the ground in order to gain the people's confidence. Because there are some newer political parties, younger political parties which are coming, which are attracting the youth. And we must also start talking about urban aspirational people's concerns, which I think sometimes we are missing out.
What do you want to say about the Tamil Samagam which happened in the Banaras, and now the BJP is claiming that there is a very good relation between Tamil Nadu and Uttar Pradesh especially?
This is all just event management by the BJP and the Prime Minister. We have had, as I told you, we are a very, very religious people. We have had strong connections with the various religious sites in India. So for the BJP to come and say, they might have maybe giving this claim in the media, but nobody in Tamil Nadu believes their activities, because we all know it's all only for event management.
So what is your next step, especially in South India and North India?
No, I don't have any steps. I'm not senior enough to have any steps in North India. But in Parliament, we will be a very formidable opposition. We will make sure we fight for the people's rights. We will definitely articulate with it. We will not allow the BJP a free pass in Parliament. And we will challenge them on everything which we believe is not right for the country.
What you will say about the Lok Sabha speakers, which is going to be happening in the election?
See, the point is that I've just heard that there is going to be a contest.
Yeah.
Because the BJP does not want to.
And I think which is going to be first time in history of this.
The BJP has not respected the convention. They have not given the pro tem speaker to somebody who's been an 8-term. It's only a ceremonial post. They are not even willing to give the ceremonial post to a person who belongs to the India Alliance, who's an 8-term MP. Then they are not willing to give the deputy speaker's post. So the contest is inevitable. But I am realistic about the numbers as they are. But the point is the BJP is misleading the mandate of the people. They don't have a mandate to have a free pass. The mandate is for a congenial and for a consultative and for a consensual kind of a government. And they don't seem to be respecting that. It's very unfortunate.
ये थे हमारे साथ चिदम्बरम साहब, जिन्होंने उत्तर भारत से लेकर के दक्षिण भारत की पूरी राजनीति के बारे में बताया, किस तरीके से वहाँ पर सारी तैयारियां चल रही हैं और आगे इनके किस तरीके के स्टेप होने वाले हैं। थैंक यू।
अगर आप ये वीडियो YouTube पर देख रहे हैं तो हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें और बेल आइकन को दबाना ना भूलें। अगर आप Facebook पर ये वीडियो देख रहे हैं तो हमारे पेज को लाइक करें।